Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today is my sister's design. So she lost this one. Now because this nail was so short, I did say to her, you're going to go about 2 weeks and that one's going to go. And it was pretty much...
It was 2 weeks,
yeah,
and it went. So I just took all the remainder off, and it didn't go completely, but it lifted, and I could see it was lifted down to here, and I thought, I'm taking that. And I texted you, I said, I think I'm going to have to take it off. So I did, and then I've just left it because obviously that one was so... I'd hurt it quite badly underneath, so I was like, just leave it be.
Yes, but apart from that, we've lost a couple of gems, but that's it. And we were just having this conversation of going, if you're going to lose gems, I can bet you anything, it'll be the one right on the end, because it's where you use your finger the most. And back here, it'll be something to do with your hair. And then you're like, yeah, I was washing my hair. It's like, yeah.
Yeah. It was all on there, and then I was washing my hair, and then that one... Yeah, but it didn't take the whole gem off. It's really weird.
Yeah, no, that's just the base bit. Yeah. But the reason being is because there's no gems around it. So if I'd done that as a cuff or like I have with these, there's other gems there. So they're all kind of stuck together. Whereas when they're on their own, they are a little bit more vulnerable. Yeah. But, you know, after 3 weeks and, you know...
I thought that one would go. I thought those two would be the first to go. And they stuck on like glue. Like I say, everything apart from the tip, the end one, stayed on that one. Yeah.
Yep. So we need to take the length down. And he said, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the length down. You can feel them and see where we are. Yeah. Because there's no point shaping him and doing all of that jobby if you then change the length, because it changes the thickness. Yeah. And you have to start again.
Yeah. I said it was a couple of times ago, and I said, no, I'm struggling with the length.
Is this one still quite short?
No, it's not.
It's not?
No, neither of them are. It's gotten to that point where I go to clench my hand and I can't even close.
This hand is longer than this hand.
Yeah. It's not by a lot now, though. It's not off by a lot.
The thumb definitely is.
Yeah.
I'm assuming we're leaving that thumb length.
That thumb's fine. That thumb's not fine.
No. Right, clench those.
Bit more.
Bit more. Well, that's the point. Let me put my little doodah on.
Oh, is this to protect your nails?
It is. So, you know...
You've got a little sock.
I've got a little sock, which is actually some of this stuff. It's because I've used it already.
Ah, so it's not like it's got scaz on, it's patterned.
Yeah, it is patterned.
Oh, it's that's the stuff you use as vet wrap.
So my tattooist, when he came round to do my tattoo, he puts this on the end of the tattoo, the machine, the needle. So it's like a grip, but it's not sticky. Yeah. It sticks to itself, but there's no stick. So because I was talking about using it on my practice hand, you know, when I'm trying to use forms and everything and nothing sticks. Yeah. So because it sticks to itself, and obviously half the problem I have is I use plasters and stuff like that, but they're not very thick, whereas this is a lot thicker, so I don't file through. Yep. And of course it doesn't leave my fingers all sticky.
Yeah. Yeah, I use it as vet wrap on the dog. It's absolutely amazing. So I've used it on us as well, but yeah, that's how I first found it, was the dog. Bless her.
See, I'd never seen it at all and thought, oh. And he was using it. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's brilliant stuff. So we've got a retired racer greyhound, who's lovely. She's called Tina, because she raced as Magical Tina, and she knew her name, which was amazing, because greyhounds are really, really stupid. She's 11 now. She's an old lady. But she
is, bless her.
She really is. But she stopped racing when she was only 2, so we got her when she was 2, because she'd broken her back leg, and they'd spent money clearly putting her back together. She had pins in there, all sorts, but yeah. But you can guarantee with her, if anything's going to happen, it's going to happen on lucky leg. That's what we call it. You know, if she's going to catch herself on a bramble and rip her leg open, it's going to be that one. If she's going to trip over and pull a muscle, it's going to be on that leg. It just, everything that goes wrong on lucky leg. So yeah, one of the first
Take
times
those down first.
she damaged herself was yeah, when we were at the vets, they had some of that stuff, but it was in yeah, it had little paw prints on. It was adorable. It was green, had little paw prints on, and I was like, what is that? That is the Wonderment.
Sorry, I just smacked my camera with a gem. Ping! Ping, 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 ping.
Yeah. Yeah, I've used it on the child. I've used it on
What did you use it on the child for? That's what I'm...
Oh, you know...
Okay.
So you know the pineapple chunk incident?
No.
No? Did I not tell you about the pineapple chunk incident? Okay, so this one loves pineapples. So we tend to have a tin of pineapples in the cupboard at all times so she can just eat pineapple, right? She just loves it. She just eat it out the can. Anyway, one day she was trying to open the can of pineapple, and I don't know, normally she's fine, but I don't know what she did this time, but she managed to slice the webbing of her thumb. It was amazing, and it wouldn't stop bleeding. And obviously, it being the webbing of her thumb, I couldn't get any it needed stitches or something. Oh my god, where did that go?
Who knows?
So it needed stitches or something. And it, because where it was, I didn't want to muck it up and her end up with a deep scar on the webbing, because obviously that would muck her up. So we went off to the hospital and they stripped her and everything. But yeah, because of where it was, that vet wrap just meant that she could have movement whilst it was healing, and it wasn't bothering her. She couldn't write for a few days. But yeah, really, really handy for, yeah, on her hand. So yeah, pineapple chunks. Just, I don't even know, like she showed me how she did it, and I still don't know how she did it. But yeah, she's got a scar there, but it's not formed, you know, one of those keloid scars, the really thick ones, which is what I was worried about. So I wouldn't normally go to hospital because she'd cut herself. But, you know, when you're worried about something like that, it's like, no, go. But yeah, that was in the middle of the COVID stuff last year. I was like, I'm really sorry. And we had like an appointment over the phone, and I showed them and stuff, and they were like, yeah, come on in. I was like, okay, thank you. Like, I'm really sorry, I don't want to be bothering you, but they said I'd done the right thing, so that was okay. Did you hit yourself that time? Wow. Wow. I was like, I'm waiting for one to go off the ceiling because they're going all over the shop. So, yeah.
But they're quite blunt. Well, that was a little bit of a, you know, they're not. But yeah, they're just old cuticle nippers. But I like these ones because they're really small.
Mm-hmm. So you can get on them. Yeah.
Oh, you took my meanie. Right, I'm actually going to try to shape these before I do anything else, because I've just realised that actually when I go to put the design on, if I don't take that off and put the shape back the way it needs to be, I've got too much product everywhere else, and that's going to completely change the structure, and we may end up filing off bits that we don't want to file off, because actually there is so much product at the sides that we don't need because of your shape. So,
although you are starting with the worst finger, aren't you, for shaping, because you hate that pinky.
I don't hate this pinky. Like I say, there's something about doing this hand compared to that hand that is always just a little bit
awkward.
Yeah, it never feels quite right. Now, it's not that I'm trying to get a perfect shape here, because we will perfect the shaping when we finish it off. But what I want to do is, because you see how thick it is now. Yeah. So because I've brought this in, the thickness, because it's always thicker in the middle of the nail than it is at the ends, means that it's now thicker here. So now as I'm going to file down this, it means I can take that nice and thin again around these edges before I'm going to come in to just fill that in. Yes, it means there's a bit more it's not just a straight infill, because when I do mine, because the shape pretty much stays the same and it's just a coffin shape, it's very easy to just manipulate it. Yours is such an extreme shape, it doesn't work like that. And this is why I keep saying to her, do you want to change shape yet? Because it's a challenge for me. I don't work on this shape as a whole. And then going from having what is basically, that is a coffin shape, to then make it into your weird almondy,
shape.
Is very different.
I remember you saying when you were, before I was kind of coming, sometimes when you want to try something out, you practice on almond tips because of it's such. I really hate a coffin shape. There's something about it I don't like. I think,
which is totally fine, but you see what I mean. So when you look at this nail, and you're looking down the side here, because it's nice, and because that's the shape it is automatically. When you look at this, because now we've taken it in, can you see how much extra product we've got now at these sides? And we don't want that extra product because we don't need that thickness on these sides. We want some thickness in the middle here, but it needs to be thin at the edge and thin at the sides. So that's why I'm taking the shape completely in, and then I'm going to e-file to base it, because I've got to debulk all this now, as well as just, it's not just taking off the back of this product. So if she was staying as a coffin, all I'd be doing would be taking off this back area to be able just to infill that bit, and then I'm literally just, all I would be doing was just be taking in the sides, a little bit like that, and then a bit off the edge. But because yours in extreme shape, I've got to take all of that round as well. Just to explain why I am now doing it differently, because I suddenly realised, hang on a minute.
Yeah. Actually, it's a different process. Show people. Yeah, I think coffin, anything with a square end makes my fingers look shorter and stumpier than they are, and they're already short and stumpy. Whereas the pointy ends, I think, make them look longer and slimmer.
Witchy fingers, as I call you.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It's a challenge, but so are you.
Yes.
But you have had a lot of compliments on this set, haven't you?
Oh my best! There's normally a few people who they know that Shona does my nails. You know, when I was doing them over lockdown, there were people who were kind of, you know, things like, so we run an online business. So I know my post lady at the post office really, really well. I know the whole family. Like, I see them a lot. And she's kind of like, I chat to her about my nails and stuff. And you're like, yeah. But this set, I've had random people come up to me and comment on my nails, compliment me on my nails. I've had like just random people in shops, at the bank, you know, really. I've never had a set get as many compliments as this set have. So yeah, I'm like, I mean, I love this set. They're amazing, but yeah, I've never had so many compliments. But
it was a very
it's a distinctive set, I think, and I think because of that white and purple, it really stands out as well.
And the flower as well. Like the minute I did this flower on that yellow set I showed you,
Which like, I've now seen the video of.
Which I was like, I really love that.
Yeah.
And I just thought, you know, if you're going with the pinks, because originally with a pink set, I thought we were going back pink again. So I'd got some, like a pink and a gold. Or was it pink and silver? Whatever it was, to kind of do this.
Yeah, the white and the purple and the pink. I think they're really eye-catching as well.
It's just a good set.
Yeah.
I mean, it took bloody forever, didn't it?
It did. And the whole way through, when you're like, I am making a brand new marble just to cover it in jelly polish. But yeah, it totally worked.
Yeah, it did. I know it's but you know, it goes against the laws of everything that I'm making a beautiful marble to gel polish over the top of it. I'm like, what the hell am I currently doing with that, really? Yeah,
but people would kind of stop me and say, and then they'd notice the marble. Like, so when I showed them my nails, they'd then notice the marble, and they'd be like, oh, is that like patterned underneath? And I'd be like, yeah. And it's been mad the amount of compliments I've had on this set. So
could you actually do something with your hand? Either do something or do nothing.
I don't know what I'm doing.
You're resisting me.
I'm sorry.
See, this is exactly what I was talking about a second ago. Right? I try and put her hand in a particular position and she constantly fights me. She's like, stay still. I'm like, it's not.
I try. I fail, but I try. So,
Yeah, so for me, this is not a natural shape for me to be doing. This is still very much trial and error. And, you know, I know that these are not perfect. Some of them are bulkier than they potentially need to be. But yeah, so these are all learning. And who better to learn on than my sister, who keeps you entertained whilst I faff around and go quiet, because I'm like just sat there going, shit, what am I doing?
Yeah. So when I was doing them myself, when I needed to do this, I'd do it when they were all stripped down.
Yeah.
And then I'd shape them.
But you were stripping off after pretty much, you weren't infilling, were you?
No, I couldn't.
And that's the difference. The process is very different when you've got a fresh hand to when you're trying to then get it back.
Yeah.
Which is why I thought I'd come back onto here and just explain what I'm doing, because I think it might be helpful. I don't really know what I'm doing. This is just, I'm trying to get them to go. But the problem is, the other thing is, if I file them all down and everything, there's no strength there. They're going to go boom. Now, if one was lifting, I would not be filing it.
No.
Because it's just going to make it worse. But you haven't actually got...
I haven't got any lifting, which is amazing for me.
But, I mean, that's what I was saying about that. The set I did before this one, remember, it was setting up so quick. It just wasn't going well.
Loads of lifting.
Yeah, and I said, this is not a good set. This is... it really threw me.
Yeah.
They're not going to do well. So I was expecting after 2 weeks for you come back with no nails, because you're not exactly the most delicate flower in the world anyway.
And then I decided to make crumble, which
yes,
just completely
you did.
threw you.
Well, yeah, because, you know, I have to double check what's going on.
What's going on, yeah.
And but every time I've done that, every time you've stuck your fingers in stuff that...
I haven't done that this time either.
Good.
So no crumble has been made since I've had these nails on. So
yeah, Jim's probably having a sulk going, she made me have no crumble. She did not allow the crumbliness.
Okay, because we've been down to his folks and they've got all the apple trees. We've got loads of apples at the moment, so I will be making a crumble, but I'm like, if I'm making a crumble, I'm making a crumble on a fresh set with no lifting, so that I can get all the crumble mix out. Because I did thinking this time, so we might have crumble tomorrow. I'm not actually sure if I'm cooking tomorrow. Am I cooking tomorrow?
I don't know.
I can't remember what we're having tomorrow.
Adam's got the barbecue and being man with a barbecue. With the fire and the flames and all the meat.
He does love a fire.
Fire, do do do, I bid you to burn. Do do do. Anyway, so I'm just going to carry on this process and then I'm going to file them down and then we'll be back in a moment.
Bye.
Right.
Bye.
So now if we look at them, see? We've taken all that chunkiness down and reshaped them, and then we've got rid of the apex there, which is where we're going to put it back in a moment. Ignore this, the pinkies of doom. We just ignore.
Yeah, they're little skyscrapers. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle to the ceiling.
Boing, 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 boing. I shall battle you with my, what did you call this?
Finger condom.
If it's black, that's a little bit concerning. That's not.
Yeah, but you slip it over your finger, and it's not made of latex. I mean, it'd be a terrible finger condom. I'm just going to stop that train of thought.
And where is that going to? Right. So they've all been filed back. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do the cuticle work. So as you can see, no, because I don't know.
You get excited about your mushroom.
I do, but I generally use the mushroom on me because my cuticles are generally not as bad as yours. And I generally require something that's got a little bit more grr to it. Grr.
Arg.
Arg. But if you like, you can have my mushroom. Do you want my mushroom? Okay.
The last couple of videos of you doing your nails I've watched, I'm super excited about your mushroom. It's really funny.
Yeah, because my mushroom does... You see how... When I normally do it with the other one, it pushes it all back and then I have to go across with the ball bit to get rid of the skin at the top.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the mushroom sometimes can get rid of both because mine are not very... I don't have a lot of cuticle.
Mm.
So it works really, really well for me.
Mm-hmm.
But not so much for you. I still have to come along with the ball bit, which is fine. You know, they are getting a lot better, these cuticles. I mean, compared to what they look like
when you first started doing them again.
Oh,
yeah.
Random comment. I had my workout and my son came up to me needing his shoelaces done. So I did his shoelace. He says, "Mummy, you smell like a mushroom." I went, "Wow, thanks."
Compliment?
No, I mean, I've not particularly sniffed a mushroom, but I'm not going to go with that being a compliment.
Maybe he likes mushrooms?
He may well do, but, you know, which I did point out, going, well, I've just had a workout, dude. I'm about to go and have a shower. You know, I was in the process of going to do that step when you interrupted me again. But yes.
Kids.
Thankfully, well, hopefully I don't smell like a mushroom now.
I can't smell any mushrooms, so I'm going to go with success.
Woohoo! I have achieved in life. I am no longer a mushroom.
Yay!
But I am still a fungi. Fail. That's just awful. What's wrong with you? You like this part, don't you?
I do. It's very calming. Like, fair enough. Yeah. And Jim and I have finally seen Cruella.
I haven't watched that yet.
Eleanor went to go see it at the movies with some friends. Absolutely loved it. So she was waiting for it to come onto Disney so we could all watch it. So we watched that. It's all right. It's all right. So you really
I'm not sure about Emma Stone as Cruella.
I didn't really recognise her as being Emma Stone. It was odd.
That's probably a good thing.
But you can totally see where Eleanor and her love of eye makeup has come from.
Fair enough.
Definitely heavily influenced by the movie.
Although she isn't wearing any today.
She's done her eyebrows.
Yes, she has.
So now we've learnt that mascara does not go on eyebrows and is not good for shaping. The eyebrows are improving. Yeah, we had a bit of mascara smeared over her eyebrows for a few days, and had to be like, no, this is an eyebrow pencil and this is how you use it. And she's getting better. She's getting better. She's so into her makeup, that one. But yeah.
Can't imagine where she gets it from.
Well, I quite like my makeup as well.
Especially back when you were her age.
Yeah, a bit older than her when I really got into it. But yeah, late teens, I was like really into my makeup. I haven't got any on today because we woke up late and I was like, oh, I haven't got time to do my face.
We talk about those, bad clients. Leave you waiting for 2 hours. You know what the thing is, I was actually really, really prepared. So not only is it a Saturday, which is confusing anyway, but I'd got all the lunch. So I was like, yeah, we won't be like fending for ourselves, trying to, get scraps, which is normally by the time we finish nails, we're just eating whatever the hell happens to be left. It's like, no, I'm going to plan it. We're going to be all organised. We're going to have lunch. We're going to break at this point. And la, 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 la. And I'm epic. And then fail.
Yeah, we were supposed to get up and do parkrun this morning. And the alarms went off and we fell back to sleep and woke up at 10:30. And then there was roadworks. So by the time we eventually got to Shoners, it was 1. So it all went a bit wrong today.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
Hey ho, some days it just doesn't. Ah, the bandsaw.
It's not a bandsaw, it's a
know it.
sanding band.
I know it's not a bandsaw. Wouldn't have any fingers left if it was.
No. It would not be a good thing. Right. I'm just going to take the rest of that polish off. Because we do not want that on there. So bizarrely enough, I've got to put a clear layer down because we're not going to be taking your nails off anymore. We're going to be filing back to the clear layer if we're going to do a big redesign. This isn't a big redesign.
Nope.
And we decided what we were doing last time, didn't we?
We did. I vaguely remember, but not especially.
Brilliant. Good
Like,
job, I do.
I vaguely remember, but not completely. And you described something to me that I didn't really understand. So, you know, that's always a good beginning.
I just had the sound of music pop in my head then.
Okay.
I don't even know if that is the words and stuff.
Well, that wasn't any words. That was
That
you
wasn't
singing
any
Doobie
words.
Doo. And I'm like, I don't even recognise that song from The Sound of Music. So,
Cuckoo, cuckoo.
oh yeah. I know what I know.
Good. See? You should know.
Okay.
Oh, look at this. No lifties.
That's because you're epic.
Occasionally.
Oh. Ugh. Yeah, you're doing something with Sharpies, which I didn't really understand, and a paisley pattern that I didn't get how that worked with Sharpies.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, and a really like a greeny, like a light greeny kind of pigmenty thing going on.
Chrome.
I couldn't remember if it's pigment or a chrome.
I'm not entirely sure either. Can't remember with that one.
No.
If in doubt, put it on base coat instead. It will always stick. Yeah, because the thing is, so that way a little bit more. Just not happy with that one. I'm just going to go around, just check these. Yes, I am really pedantic. I can't help it. It's just the way I am. What was I going to say? Yeah, the problem is if I use the white over it, because this has got other stuff in it as well, and
Yeah, and if we're going to cover it anyway, it might as well just go.
yeah, so I'm just thinking I'm just going to clear it.
Because we're thinking probably the next one is going to be a full strip down, isn't it?
Potentially, yes.
Yeah.
Although the pink is coming out quite nicely, so it depends what colour we're going with next.
Yeah.
So can I have you with a hand?
Yeah, sorry. I didn't twig that's what you were... I thought you were talking to me, not waiting for me.
Yes, but I talk to you and do stuff at the same time.
I know, but not always.
Most of the time.
Okay.
Yeah, so what we need to do is to work out what you're having next. So that we can make sure.
So I was going to try and hang on with the major length change until we did a new colour set, but I was just really struggling, so I was like, nope, I'm going to have to get them chopped back.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you sit here and it takes as long as it takes. Whatever you throw at me is just
Yeah.
If you give me a challenge, you know you're going to be sat there longer because I've got to work out what the hell I'm doing and fix it.
Yeah, at least I knew this time I didn't have masses of lifting or anything. So I thought, well, at least I'm not facing you with everything being a doo-doo head this time.
There's a little bit on that one. Just a little bit. Ooh, just a little bit. Ooh, a little bit more.
Okay.
Lovely. Yes, I know, I'm picky.
I don't care. You know I don't care. I like the fact that you're picky and specific about things because you need to be happy with them as well. And that's fine. But the only thing I'm planning on watching today is the F1 qualifying. And if we're not home in time for that, I'll watch it on catch up tonight or tomorrow. Yeah.
It's just gel cleanser.
Sorry, it just felt weird. It's like it didn't.
It's
feel...
wet, yes.
No, like I know what it normally feels like, and it just felt weird. Like compared to how it normally feels. I don't know why, because it doesn't normally do that. Has Jim gone up to watch a movie? No, he hasn't. I might mute him.
My belly's going.
Mine's thinking about it now.
Yeah, so I don't think I'm going to bother with Snow Queen.
No.
Which is the Naio one. The reason, there's just too many different things going on in there, so we're just going to clear them.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple, yes. So that's all the prep done, and the only thing I'm going to do again is I'm just going to push those back. Again. Just because it's been a little time and I've waffled and, you know.
Oh, it's a funny bit in the movie.
I love hearing them giggle. They've got cute giggles.
Yeah. And you know they'll all just be like curled up together on the bed, just...
Yeah, the only thing is, it's like, don't get under the duvet. Don't be getting too comfortable in my bed. That's my bed.
Given how often mine will just go and grab a duvet or a mountain of cushions and just make a nest somewhere.
Yeah, the problem is they mess my duvet up. No, as in like they rumple the whole duvet at the bottom of the duvet cover. And somehow managed to make like a swan. It's like origami just happened to my duvet. I'm like, what are you doing? How do you achieve this? It's just weird. Very, very weird.
Okay.
Right, so we're using Naio Nails Max Adhesion. We're going to use clear. I'm just going to come in with some dehydrator. Just round the natural nail, because obviously you're not dehydrating an acrylic nail, because that's just weird. I may even just lift that up a little bit more, just so we've got a bit more shot, because somebody can't seem to do their job today.
I cannot see. I've said this. You can see what's going on because it's right on your nose.
Can I have your other hand?
Normally you only dehydrate one hand at a time. You've confused me. You've dehydrating two hands at a time. That's a weird for you.
Yeah, the only one I'm not doing is that middle finger. I still haven't decided whether to tip or sculpt.
Okay.
Rah, 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 ah, ma, ma, la, 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 la. Ooh la, ooh la la la.
Really? It goes ooh la?
Rah, rah.
Ooh la la. Meow meow.
Pickle
Smiley
face.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either. Can I have your hand?
You had a hand.
I don't want that hand. I want this hand.
Well, how am I supposed to know that?
You're just supposed to know.
Read your brain thoughts.
But you should.
No.
Yes.
No, I do not want to read your brain thoughts.
Good point.
On the category of 1 to good, brain thoughts, no. Bad. That was a sentence.
It really wasn't.
It wasn't. Jim, can I mew at you again?
You can try it.
Mew?
Well done.
Can I have tea now?
Sure.
Thank you.
Want a
Quite.
picture, Anna?
I'm good. Thank you, kind Liz.
She has a pint of Coke behind her.
Which I might actually drink at some point.
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Strange things have happened at sea.
Pickles. Put finger down. Thank you.
But how am I supposed to hug your hand?
You don't.
Ah.
Whoop. Super speedy quick.
Yay.
Which is good, considering you're 2 hours late.
At least.
At least, yeah. Good double like you, innit?
Yeah. Whee.
I mean, they haven't actually grown that much.
No.
Which is
No,
bizarre.
given it's been 3 weeks. Yeah. I'd noticed that as well. I was like, it's a bit weird. For me, normally, like, it's halfway down my nail, isn't it? But
Pew!
it's not like I've been poorly or anything, so. Oh, getting a haircut on Tuesday.
Now, if you watch me do my nails, you know, when I did an infill, I wet my nail slightly before I came in over the top. The reason I do that is I don't know, well, I don't know why I do it on myself and I don't do it on other people, but when I'm doing it on somebody else, I can just manipulate the product so much easier that I generally don't encounter the same difficulties I do when I do my own nails. Whereas just putting that layer just helps it flow better. Because you're always at a bit of an odd angle and you can't quite get your pressures the same and stuff like that.
And
So,
it
you
takes
know.
a bit longer as well whenever you're doing anything on yourself as to someone else. I'm guessing from
Yes.
having watched you work on yourself and work on me, I'm guessing it's quicker on someone else.
Yeah, because I can do two hands. You know, I'm constantly going from one hand to the next hand to the next hand. Whereas when you do yourself, you can only do one hand at a time.
Yeah.
So that instantly means you're doing the same processes, constantly swapping something over and then, you know, having to come back and do it again.
But even like bead manipulation stuff, it seems to be quicker with on another
Yeah, now this
person.
bead, if it starts to feel a little bit dry, I will just put a bit of liquid underneath. But yeah, it is easier to do it on other people than it is yourself. Simple as that. Okay, we're going to see how well behaved she is. Do you think you can actually keep your finger in shot this time?
No.
Go on, give it a go. You know you want to.
I always try. I always fail miserably, but I always try. Oh, we're using a different form this time. I think we used a green one last time.
Yes, but I had much more to play with.
Ah. So, is that part of what determines what forms what is?
That made absolutely no sense.
I stopped mid-sentence because I figured you were concentrating.
I am concentrating.
So, like, you've talked about some forms have got like more bits and some are simpler and some are more complex and things like that. So is the length of your natural nail part of the determination for how complicated a form you need? There you go. That was an actual sentence.
That was an actual sentence. Well done. Basically, the reason I went for these forms instead, one, they were the first ones that came to hand, and two, the green ones I used last time are very thin. So they're fine if they're underneath your natural nail and I'm trying to infill a bit that you've dug out some, you know, like where you've chipped a nail, or
If you're just adding a little
if
bit
I'm
onto
adding
the
a little
end.
bit on the end, then they work quite well because they're very flexible. They get right up into there
Yeah.
without any problems. But because with
Okay.
this one, I need to actually build out. I need something that's a bit thicker.
So you need a bit more sturdy.
I need something, yes, that's a little bit more sturdy.
And maybe has a bit more options to customise, maybe.
That looks like it's on the piss. That's not going to work. I mean, don't get me wrong, wouldn't we all like to be on the piss, but no.
But not pissy nails.
No. And you'll notice what I'm doing, I put the tab slightly up.
Is that so it sits underneath my natural nail a bit smoother?
It's because you're missing like a little chunk that when I slide this under the sides, you end up with a little gap.
Hello, cat in a tube.
Yes, she likes being in her tube.
I know, but I hadn't realised she was in her tube, and then she just appeared from her tube. Oh,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah, she did not like being...
That's all right. Another one kind of came and looked at her tube, so she got out the other end and hissed and has now gone back in. It's like, she didn't try and climb in your precious tube. She just looked at it.
Yeah.
Nope. Go on, third time's the charm.
I'm not going to put the tab in.
What you doing, kitty? I need to go off.
Just...
Okay.
Better?
Yeah. So I was trying to wait until you weren't doing a...
I'll get there in a minute.
That feels like it's under my nail better. Ooh, funky scissors. You and your dots.
I am dotty. Yep, at the end of the day, you like to challenge me, so I might as well continue to challenge myself and actually do this as a sculpt. I think it's your actual nail that you're on the piss like I am. My middle finger bends.
If you look at them, that one curves right in, and on this one, that one curves right in. So then this one, the middle finger looks squiffly because of up against my pointy finger. And it's because my pointy fingers curve in. My dad does the same, doesn't he? He's got the pointy in middle fingers as well. Pointy fingers. Pointy in, pointy fingers. That was words. Nobody is in your tube, cat. She's approaching with great trepidation.
Oh dear God, she's turned into David Attenborough now.
I've got to do something.
That's all right. You carry on. I'm
It's not like I can-
concentrating.
Yeah, I can't talk to you. You're concentrating.
It's fine. Just talk to the cats instead,
Yeah.
because that's not weird in the slightest.
Who doesn't talk to their pets? What's wrong with you?
That's what I just said. It's not weird in the slightest.
Oh, I thought you were taking the piss by saying it's not weird in the slightest.
Yeah, I mean, I generally am taking the piss out of you, so I can understand why you went for that determination. But no, actually, I was agreeing with the fact that...
Yep.
Yes, as we all know, sculpting is not my forte. I don't really sculpt. I don't claim to actually know what the hell I'm doing. But I give it a go. Because everyone loves a trier.
And it compared to like, I remember my first ever set and you sculpted them all out on me, and how you did that as opposed to how you do it now. You've clearly grown in confidence and skill. Like, it's really obvious. Like, you probably don't see it, but I do. I'm like, each time you've sculpted on me, it's gone a little bit better and a little bit better. It's like, I know you don't do it a lot, but you're still improving, even if
I think
you don't
just because
feel
it scares
like
the
it.
shite out of me.
What's the worst that's going to happen?
I just have to file it off.
Yeah. It's like, what's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to have to redo it. Oh no. Is anybody going to be hurt in the making of this sculpted nail? No. Then does it matter? No.
I know, which is what I'm constantly saying in my videos as well. I'm going, look, sometimes
Yeah,
it just doesn't happen, you know. Don't worry about it. Just put a bit extra on there and at least you can file back.
Yeah. And yet you're such a bugger for not doing it yourself.
I know.
And you should be.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah. And you're better than you think you are at it.
Sometimes.
Hey, at least it's not like 30 degrees today.
There is that point. That was not fun.
No. Bless you, the last couple of nail videos I've seen of you doing yours, you have picked the hottest days of the year to do your nails on. So obviously.
It's not my fault. It's just the day when I've got time to actually do my own nails.
Yeah.
As you have no choice, you just have to do it. But it just makes it, I mean, because it's hard enough doing your own nails, but then when you've got the heat as well, it really does.
Yeah. It's the same with me in the garden, like that I haven't been in the garden for a month now because any point I've had to do it, it's rained. And it's barely rained at all for a month, but every single time I've had a point where I'll be like, oh great, I can get out in the garden for a couple of hours, it's peed it down. It's really, really frustrating. I'm missing my garden. I love pottering around in my garden.
Have you seen mine? It ain't happening this side either. Because mine's exactly the same. It's like the minute I start to do something.
Yeah, my days of gardening in the peeing rain are over. I am not doing that anymore. I refuse. I used to have to do it. I hated. I don't mind if it's cold. I don't mind if it's windy. I really, really hate gardening in the wet. I just hate it. I hated it when I was a gardener and I hate it even more now. And now I just refuse. Well, that looks like a nail.
It ain't half bad. I can go with that.
Yeah. There's an apex. There's a shape. That looks like a nail.
Yeah, I think I just want a little bit more. Just around this stress area. Just to make sure.
Yep.
Like I say, I'd sooner have too much than not enough.
Yep. You can always file it up.
Exactly. You know, I know there's people that say, oh, you should be able to do it so you don't have a file. It's like, well, no, because that's pointless. You do have a file. Why make life harder?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If everything goes smoothly and you have to do very little filing, awesome. If it doesn't and you have to do a lot of filing, never mind.
Whatever you do, don't knock that nail now.
I'm not going to.
Right, so we're going to leave that to set up, and then we're going to come in and
Make pretty!
Yes.
Oh, it'll probably be filing again.
Right, so let's get these filed. Yeah, I set up, and then you move your hand again.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be as annoying as I am.
And yet you still are.
Yeah.
Bend. Yeah, we're just going to go around these cuticles. Oh.
Finger condom.
Thank you for the reminder. Right, let's get these filed. Yes, that is the cat. That is actually the cat. That isn't my sister. I know.
Yeah.
It's sometimes hard to tell, but
This time it's actually the cat.
This time.
The cat's having fusses with Jim. The kids have been giggling away at their movie upstairs.
which is lovely.
Yeah. They don't normally watch a movie when they're here, do they? They normally run around like lunatics, but...
Yeah, but they just got cold because they had a water fight.
This is true.
And it's not particularly warm.
No.
But they were happy. So, you know, we just went, yeah.
Yeah, that'll do.
Same to you.
Mm-hmm. This is now just a fine tuning, isn't it? From
Yes, because you're a car.
No, like the fine tuning of shaping.
You mean the fine shaping?
Fine shaping?
Fine tuning doesn't quite sound right.
Fine tuning of the shape.
Finessing of the shape.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay.
Big words. Big words. Go me.
Yeah, I think that sounds much better. It sounds way posher.
Way posher. Beautiful.
Way posher. Yeah.
Tired? Sorry, I'll be boring you.
No. Shouldn't be tired. I slept for England.
Yes, well, some of us were awake and waiting.
Yes, yes. You'd done a workout before I'd even woken up.
Yep. I was going to say, you are supposed to be talking at this point.
I know. I can't think of anything to talk about.
Like, when does that ever happen?
I know.
I'm hoping the weather is going to be a little bit warmer tomorrow
Yeah? Why?
for Alex's barbecue birthday. Yes.
Sorry, I keep on I'm getting confused because it's Saturday and I keep on thinking tomorrow's Monday and the kids are going back to school and I'm like, why does it need to be warm if the kids are going back to school? That was my train of thought and it's because of in my head it's a Sunday.
See, now you're confused.
I am. Frequently am. So yeah, my Lytton starts secondary school on Monday. Starts secondary school.
Which means you're officially old.
I'm not 40 yet.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Yeah, secondary school.
Right. That's enough showing of filing.
Yeah.
I'll just do exactly the same on everything else and then I'm just going to buff over them.
Woohoo!
Right.
Hello.
Design part.
Yay!
Base
the
coat.
most important part. The making of pretty things.
Yes. one hand at a time, please. Right. So we're going to put base coat on these because, like I say, I'm pretty certain that one's a pigment, not a chrome, which means it needs to stick to a tacky layer.
Oh, is that the difference?
Yes.
Ah, I just thought it was to do with the colour. Which is why I wasn't sure, because it's kind of a metallic-y blue, so that's why I wasn't sure if it was a pigment. I didn't realise it was a...
No, the application is
the
different.
application's different.
Hand in.
Ta-doo! It's going to involve lots of me twisting my fingers around and failing miserably.
Yes, we're going to get her to coordinate. I did actually just give her a guidance before we put this the video on of going, this is what I need you to do.
And I will fail because that's what I do.
Because she can. Now again, I'm going to do the messy part first, because if this ends up all over the other nails, at least I can still clean them, because we haven't done them yet.
We're waiting for 20 seconds. We just stopped to eat. At 4 o'clock in the afternoon, we've had lunch.
Yeah, because somebody didn't eat for breakfast till like 11 o'clock.
This is very true.
So I had lunch ready.
I know.
And then you were like, I've just eaten breakfast.
I'm so not ready for food. I know. How dare I eat breakfast before I come and see you? What was I thinking?
I know. I mean, how rude
Whee!
at that time in a day. So all we're going to do is we're literally dabbing this into the tacky layer, and I'm dabbing. Dab, dab. Dab, dab.
Ah, so you're not using your...
I will rub, but we dab.
We dab and rub.
Yes.
Dab and rub.
So look, we make nice messes. Yay!
Dab, dab. Dab, 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 dab.
Are you going to do that every single time?
Dab, 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 dab.
So you know, if you've ever watched Gremlins, where you know, like, you don't feed them.
Oh, dab, 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 dab. Rub, 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 rub.
That's all got a little bit condensed in the pot for me. There we go.
Splotch.
Kapow! Wowzers! Wham!
We're gonna hit them so hard that words are gonna come out above the head.
At least you said out of the head.
Yeah, that's in Lego Batman movie, whatever that one's called. Lego Batman movie. I think it is called the Lego Batman movie. I don't know. I've eaten and now I've got silly. Oh,
Yes, you could tell she was a little bit depleted.
I was.
So I thought I'd
running
feed
out
her
of
just to, you know,
energy.
what a big mistake that was.
Dab, 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 dab. You weren't
I haven't even dabbing.
Dab, 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 dab. Dab, 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 dab. Dab, 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 dab. Rub!
Don't worry about all the mess everywhere else, because when she washes her hands, it'll all come off.
Cool. And now I'm assuming I'm not putting these in the lamp.
No, because it's pigment.
Like I understand. Do, 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 do. I've covered you in sparkles too. Do, 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 do. Sparkles.
So now we're going to top coat these to seal these ones in.
Yay!
And we're going to do a double layer of top coat.
Top coat!
Deep breaths. You singing Simpsons?
I don't know.
Do, 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 do.
Oh, Jim and I have been watching Futurama. Like, there were episodes I've seen like 20 times and then episodes I've never seen before. It's very odd. Enjoying Futurama. It's like... And my cross stitch is coming along. I'm about halfway through now.
See, she's plateaued now. She's run out of things.
No, I haven't.
Right. We're going in for 30 seconds, but we're only going to count to 15.
Oh, I've got to count.
Yes.
Bugger.
I'd rather you didn't. And then when you get to 15, take your hand out.
Sorry.
If you could keep your hand still for me. No, this is what I have to work with. It's a wonder she ends up with any design. I mean, look at this.
So I've got to take my hand out. I've got to take my hand out. I took my hand out so quickly. I smacked everything.
I mean, it's a good job I moved stuff out the way before we even got to this part. Otherwise, you literally would have just thrown... Oh, my God.
I'm sorry. I'm not laughing. You're not laughing. Everything is fine.
Everything's not awesome. Right.
Put it in for 15 minutes. Don't yeet my hand across the room.
15 seconds would be preferable. I've got to...
I promise nothing.
I ask so little. No, for fuck's sake, you've just done it. That's it, just smack the camera as well. And she said...
I'm sorry. Don't make me laugh.
I didn't.
You did. It was like totally your fault. I didn't
You
do anything.
didn't at all. I just went to put top coat on your finger and then you headbutted everything. You've messed up your thumb and all.
How? How have I messed up my thumb?
Because I've caught it as I've tried to top coat it because you've talked so much. So it's now got a thingy in it, a dip in it.
I did a thing.
Yes, you did. Right, that one can just stay in the lamp.
Cool. It's on for 30 seconds. Is that the right number of seconds?
It's fine. Yeah, look.
Oh, bugger. I did that.
You did, and I'm not quite sure because I've just top coated this. Let's see if it will cover.
Now what we're doing, boss?
I told you when I started this process, I want both hands. Didn't I?
There you go. You look like a mermaid.
Right. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do this hand because this one is going to need more coats because there is no white down at all.
Seeing I'm being quiet now.
I think I hate about white polish.
It takes several layers to get a decent coverage, doesn't it? It always goes blotchy.
It's just so temperamental. Right, put that one in the lamp. Right.
I did realise something. Did you eat raw cheese as well? Because I've had raw cheese, which has loads and loads of garlic in, and now I'm sat opposite you. and I'm sorry. I'm hoping you had it too, and then we both really smell of garlic, and then it's okay.
No, I didn't.
Oh, I'm really, really sorry.
Compared to what you've just done, that's irrelevant.
Okay, cool.
Have you met my children and their bodily functions?
I have.
So I am immune to garlic breath. That is actually a pleasure, considering what else I get.
This is true. They do brew well, your children. Did I have a cup of tea, darling?
I don't know, darling. Probably not, because you don't deserve it.
Huh? I've remembered to swap my hands.
Well done.
Thank you. Doo-doo. I'm getting better. Honest.
Compared to what?
How it was 10 minutes ago.
All I can hear is your belly or my belly.
I'm going to blame Jim and the cats.
I don't think he can be blamed for that one.
Oh, I totally can.
Have I said how much I hate white polish?
Yeah.
I hate white polish.
It just never provides very good coverage, does it? Oh, no. Oh, do we have a different white?
No, not a different white.
She's had a thought and run off to her cave of wonder.
Arabian days, like Arabian moon.
She does this. You just learn to live with it. What are you after, darling? Oh, there we go. There you go. You can see how I'm looking so far.
What's the last one I want?
Always. What have we got? What's happening? It's coming in a shiny bottle. It is. Oh, it's pink. It's orange. Well, now I'm really confused.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be orange. But it goes.
Okay.
Do you like it?
I'm not sure. Sure.
Because I'm going to stamp over the top of it with those two.
Ah.
With the pinks and the purples, you see.
Ooh.
Because the white, I don't like the white. So I want
Okay.
to cover it up. But I don't
Let's
want
get rid
something
of the
that
white.
really covers it. So I'm just going to do one coat of this.
I've stuck it in 30 seconds. Is that right?
Brilliant.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's supposed to be pink. But it does look a bit orangey, which is odd.
Kind of coral pink.
Yeah. Which is fine. So it's just a base to go underneath the stamping. It's just the white, I don't like it.
A bit too stark.
I just don't like it.
Okay.
Right, let's come to the stamping part first. So we're going to use this one. Now the idea with this is I'm kind of going to use some Sharpies on the stamping plate. Not really bothered. You know, just make sure it's covered in. This is either going to work amazingly or it's going to be not. And I don't know which one, but hopefully it will work. So then we're going to get some normal stamping polish. Where's my doodah? That's my doodah.
Good to know about your doodahs.
Always.
Oh, it's got pink in your white.
It's all right. Clean the brush. And then
Okay. That wasn't what I was expecting it to do.
do you like what it's doing or do you not like what it's doing?
You can't really see the pink. It's kind of hidden.
Okay, I can make it darker.
Yeah, like I think you probably could have if it was white underneath, but with that slight hint of colour underneath, you can't really see the pink.
That's fine. Let me grab. See if I can find it green. And I'm sorry because my children have invaded me again.
Go upstairs.
Not making too much noise.
Yeah, we're still recording, guys. So go and head into a different place. We'll be done soon.
Right, purple and green.
Ah.
So he just makes even more noise.
But he's making more noise upstairs.
Brilliant. Because of course that just makes everything so much better.
Totally. Oh. Lids go on lids.
Shh. Nobody saw that. I could totally have got away with it.
Oh. That's better.
So now, because it's not quite long enough, we're just going to come in with another one. That'll be my belly again.
That was your belly that time. You can't blame me for that.
No, I can't. Wipe the brush. Oh, it's a better stamp that time. That's annoying.
Oh, that one turned out really well.
That's much better. It's amazing what happens when the kids bugger off. What was that? You trying to design stuff?
Yeah. What, you're at the point where you just need to really, really concentrate. Cool. Invasion.
Yeah. Let's now talk really loudly, repeatedly. Right, so
We can do the other hand, or
well, I'm going to get some top coat on this before you decide to destroy it.
good plan, because
It's you.
yeah.
So again with this one, 15 seconds in, out, we cure, do again.
Cool. Don't throw my hand across the table.
No. Do not throw hand across the table. I will not like you if you do that. Go.
30?
Full cook this time.
30 seconds.
And then because I've just put purple in on that, I'm going to add some purple and green to these into the pink. I'm going to use a smaller brush this time because that was not very successful.
It was a giant brush, the one you had before.
I know, but I've used it before and it was all good.
And then I came along and a doom.
It's you just happen.
Frequently and with gusto.
With much vigour.
And squirrely biscuits.
Neither do I. You know what? I don't want to know either.
Kids be crazy.
Just get one thing.
Ooh, swirly biscuits.
I can't trust you. Put it in the lamp.
Cool.
I was like, I'll do the in the finger, and I'm like going, no.
No, I looked at you and I'm like,
Please don't.
please,
don't.
please let me put it in the
can't
lamp.
hold myself for that long.
Was it for a full cook?
No.
I love the way you've gotten so much more confident about doing bits of hand painting.
Especially when people move their hands. Pop it in.
Ooh, I like that.
And I'm just going to do exactly the same to the other finger and to the rest of the hand. We're going to get them all top coated and finished. So we'll be back with the reveal shot in a moment. So thank you very much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.